Down for the Count with Brandon Medina and Dan Cialana.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, ESPN San Antonio proudly brings to you the best show in the world. This is Down for the Count. I'm your man, Brandon Big Poppy Medina. That is Dan Cialana, the dangerous one, Mr. Dan Cialana. How are you this afternoon, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Brandon. You asked me in the private chat here if you want to go backstage, behind the scenes. Do you have any show notes? Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Gonna free ball it.
Always
All I got. This is my show notes right here.
Ooh,
Hopadillo.
Hopadillo, yes, there you go.
Hopadillo.
There you go, Dan.
That's my show notes.
I see you taking a little stroll into the Carbach drinking world. Much appreciated.
And Brandon, I always, you know me, like I do things in proportion. So
Yes.
I will put the effort into this show that ESPN San Antonio pays me to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm just kidding. They're good guys.
They are good people.
Parent company, but
hey, listen,
good guys. ESPN
control
San
it all.
Antonio.
Can't
Can't
control
control it all.
However, we can control this show a little bit, Dan, a little bit, right? We can't control everything, but we can control a little bit about what we talk about most of the time. And the universe has opened up the opportunity. Again, a door awaits us,
Yep.
Dan Cialana.
Universe is spreading like this, open and wide.
Spreading open and wide. There is talks, dancing. There's chats on the dark interwebs.
Oh, the dark web, huh?
Yes.
Do I got to open my Tor browser here?
Actually, I don't think we're going to be talking too much about dark webs. Let's not get into the wrong.
I don't know what
wrong
you've been
scene.
doing. I know everybody's having trouble these days.
That's right. There are talks, though, about a possible Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comeback at Survivor Series to lead into WrestleMania that will be in Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Texas, next year. Dan Cialana, are you buying it, or is this another one of those smart rumors that just we see every year?
You know, Brandon, there's all these rumors that come around over and over again, and my heart's already broken about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I was already hurt because, you know me, this last Royal Rumble, I wanted number 30 to be surprise entrance of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I wanted him to face his cousin Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's what I wanted to happen. Everyone told me I was crazy. It's not going to happen. I still in my heart thought there might be a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm not going to let my heart go through that again, Brandon. I'm not. I'd love to see it, but I'll you know what? I'm not going to give my hopes up. I'm not going to sit there and watch a pay-per-view and just cross my fingers and hope that The Rock shows up. I don't know.
Bleacher Report put out a picture. I'm not sure if you saw it, Dan. I know I retweeted it, but Bleacher Report put out a picture. It's been 25 years since the whole Rocky Maivia movement, right? The whole early Dwayne The Rock Johnson days. And when you look at it, it's a picture perfect-esque moment, right? I mean, you look at 25-year anniversary of him debuting in the WWE, and then also with the incredible storyline of the head of the table with Roman Reigns, who's his actual blood cousin, and his other cousins involved. With the Uso brothers, you have possibly the Rikishi "I did it for The Rock" moments. So
yeah,
I think this might be the time, Dan. Think about it. They saved a lot of money this past year. I mean, not having to do the road shows. I would not put it past Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon to say, let's put all our eggs in one basket and let's bring The Rock back, give him a blank check, and say how much to get you back in the ring.
I understand that, and I know The Rock has a fond place in his heart for WWE, and I would love to see The Rock come back. And maybe this is contradictory what I've been saying, but it'd be cool to see him come back. But at the same time, WWE has to be very careful when the biggest attraction for their event is someone from outside of the events. I know sometimes they've gotten close to that. Maybe they've even exceeded that in the past with celebrities. You got like Ronda Rousey. You've got, what's that guy's name? LT way back in the day, for WrestleMania. Mr.
Back.
T, that goes way back, big celebrities. But I think it's different, though, when it's somebody who's left the company, who's kind of said like, okay, well, I've moved on from WWE, but now I'm going to come back and help you guys out. So you got to be careful about that. But at the same time, hey, if it makes money, it makes money. But it's difficult to get invested in someone who's not going to be there for the long run. You know what I mean? I mean, at least with Ronda Rousey, she was a celebrity who came to WWE. But when Ronda Rousey came around, when she made that surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble, we knew that she'd be around for a long time. So I don't want to see Rock come in once every 5 years. I don't know if that really helps WWE. I mean, it helps you on the buy rate. It helps get eyeballs on WrestleMania or Survivor Series or whatever. But I don't know if it's a good long-term plan, even though my heart wants to see it.
No, I completely understand. I completely get it, Dan. You're absolutely right. When we saw Ronda Rousey come out, she was there for the long haul, right? We had known about it. We had heard about it. That surprise and that pop was incredible. I really think when you look at things, The Rock and Roman make sense right now. You're talking about the first Mania, full crowd, full capacity. It's in the biggest stadium you could possibly do it in. It's there in Jerry World over there in Arlington. The last time they did it, they broke the record, if you remember that. I know I was there at WrestleMania 32. They broke the record. It was like 109,000 people. I mean, you're going to get the buy rate. You're going to get the ticket pricing. You're going to get the older fans starting to watch the product again, the newer fans being introduced to The Rock as a wrestler, not just the actor. I mean, I feel like it just makes a lot of sense. However, we have time, right? Survivor Series is November. We have time to continue to spread these rumors. We'll see what things are looking like at SummerSlam. Obviously, we're almost certain that Brock Lesnar will be back by probably SummerSlam, I'm assuming. Dan, would you agree with that?
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen because
he's been out working on his 3 moves that he has.
Yep, and Dan Silana is the #1 Brock Lesnar fan for anybody who didn't know. He is a Brock Lesnar mark, absolutely. But when we talk about current wrestling, we have a huge pay-per-view happening on Father's Day, Dan Silana.
Right, because Vince McMahon doesn't care about family.
No, not at all.
There is no family.
As a man who puts himself against God back in the day does not care about his family on Father's Day. But we will see friend of the show, who was just recently on the show, Drew McIntyre, going up for the belts in a Hell in a Cell match against Bobby Lashley. Dan, how hyped are you?
I would say somewhat hyped. Like we told Drew when we had him on the show. First of all, actually, hold on. Can I back up here, Brandon?
Back up.
This is something that's been bothering me for a week. So, you and I have discussed. We talk about how a match is going to turn out, but I've never awkwardly just asked you in front of our guest
That was
if
rude
our
as hell.
guest
I'll
was
be
going to
honest, that
lose.
was
I felt bad.
disrespectful.
I felt like I was in the middle of asking the question. I'm like, hey, Brandon, Drew's right here, but what do you think are his chances? And right in the middle of me asking, I was like, no, don't do this. This is bad. This is rude. And I felt bad. It
Claymore
bothered me like
Claymore
all
was gonna
day.
come through the camera. I was going to get Claymore kicked through the camera. I mean, Drew sat forward and was like, yeah, what do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, you know, and my only solace was thinking, well, he's probably doing a lot of media these days, and maybe our interview wasn't the worst. So that was how I was comforting myself. I was holding myself thinking like, well, there's probably people who did worse interviews with Drew McIntyre.
Right. And then meanwhile,
They all can't be winners.
Right. Meanwhile, I was over here trying to get a concealed handgun license. I had extra Ring doorbells put in. I mean, I was just making sure I had cameras all around the house just because of the fact that you put me on the map come August when they come for Monday Night Raw at San Antonio. Drew McIntyre definitely is going to have it out for me if he loses this match at Hell in a Cell. He's going to be like, hey, Brandon, remember where you were real confident? Didn't happen, brother.
And by the way, Brandon, since we're doing full transparency night, I should say. So one may wonder if they follow our show, they would say, well, you guys sounded really excited that Monday Night Raw was coming back to San Antonio when you talked to Drew McIntyre. But usually when you guys talk about Monday Night Raw, you're not particularly excited about Monday Night Raw.
Right.
So I will say this. Sometimes in media, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
And Drew was our guest. And it was not and he was there to promote Monday Night Raw. That's his job. Okay. And it's not our job to ask an employee why his show sucks sometimes.
Right.
It would not be fair to put him in that position.
Well,
it just wasn't that kind of interview. It was not this isn't freaking Diane Sawyer. That's back in the day. You know, this isn't 2020. You know, it's like, it wasn't that kind of interview. It was it's upbeat, it's fun, promote the event, talk about some other stuff, but it wasn't our place to criticize Monday Night Raw in front of an employee of Monday Night Raw who probably agrees with us, but maybe can't say it. So it's not the appropriate forum for that. So I just want to just say that I don't want anyone to think we're being fake or, you know, we're inconsistent. It just wasn't it's not the appropriate forum to ask Drew McIntyre or any other WWE superstar in that kind of interview environment about the criticism of WWE. At least that's my opinion. You might have a different opinion, Brendan.
No, I completely agree. However, I will say in my best Rikishi impression, like I said, you know, instead of did it for The Rock, we did it for the show, right? You
did it for the show.
You did it for the show. Listen, sometimes you gotta kiss a little ass in these days in corporate America, people. If you don't know, now you know. Listen, if we get free tickets, we respect Drew. And if we get free tickets, we'll go. I might even pay for a ticket. Maybe. No, absolutely not. However,
maybe like if I get a $20 ticket or something. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not. You know, I'm happy for them that they're coming back. Yes. I mean, I'm happy for the fans. I mean, we're fans. I'm happy for the company and the wrestlers. But I think Monday Night Raw sucks sometimes. But it wasn't our place to tell Drew that in his face.
We respect the product. We respect the individuals. That's why we watch. That's why every week we're tearing off the bandage and the scab of watching Monday Night Raw for you guys. And we sit there and we smile for 2 seconds and then we're happy. And then listen, you move on. It's okay. Listen, if you don't know how to fake it, ask your fiance or the love of your life. They'll tell you, listen, guys, it is what it is. All right. So don't worry about it. Listen, Drew McIntyre, we love him. We appreciate him. He's a friend of the show. And like always, we've only seen it happen one time. When you come on this show, you normally are in line to win a title or something positive will happen for your career. Only once has it done us wrong.
Well, the first time Drew McIntyre was on our show was actually last year, right around Hell in a Cell last year. And he lost his championship. So we'll see what happens this weekend. I mean, you know, we have a mixed record. You know, Bianca Belair was on our show. She won WrestleMania. We're going to hold that one up forever. But some other people didn't do as well. Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara.
Sorry.
Lance Archer. This is just recently.
That's a recent one. True. Very
so,
true.
I mean, you know, we have a mixed record.
Listen, mixed record. But then also you got people going into the Hall of Fame with Molly Holly after our show.
Right.
And MVP got a new gig, of course, with WWE.
He did.
That led him to become one of the best heels and best managers in the business. I mean, listen, we have a mixed record, but I feel like if you're a betting man, we have a lot more wins than we do losses.
Well, Bobby Lashley, his career excelled after he was on our show.
100%, and it's because of our show. It's
because
not
it must
be. Bobby Lashley, it's not because he's a good athlete. Absolutely not. That has nothing to do with it.
Because he was on ESPN San Antonio.
Yeah, not that he can wrestle. Forget that. No,
he's like, you know what? I was on the ESPN San Antonio Facebook page.
Yeah, I was on Down for the
It propelled me to the top.
It just, I mean, the fans I got from that show propelled me to what I am today. But we have Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley.
Inside Hell in a Cell.
Inside Hell in a Cell, Dan. Let's be honest now. You put me on the spot. Okay, you put me smack dab on the spot with Drew.
Right.
I firmly believe Drew McIntyre should be champion. I mean what I said in our interview. I think Drew should have and should still hold the belt for like a year, 2 years. Do it like the old school time. The way we do with Roman. Nobody questions it with Roman. Roman always has a damn belt. Or is always
he's the head of the table.
I understand, but I'm saying even when he was hated, Dan, this man had a belt all the time or was fighting for a championship.
Well, back when Roman was hated when he was not supposed to be hated.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Pre-announcement of leukemia, of course, everybody hated him. Post-leukemia, we love him, and it's not because of it. He is a great heel, and he's done a lot for his career. But when it comes to Drew McIntyre, we've all loved him. Not once has anybody questioned on social media, he's an awful champion. Why is... No. There was no... Now, Bobby Lashley deserves it, but Drew McIntyre should be champ, or at least one of them. Pick one and roll with them for a good while. Let them be a champion where when the title changes, it means something, Dan.
Yeah, I think Bobby Lashley probably needs to hold on to the title for a little bit longer now because I think they really need to set him up.
You weren't going to say that in front of Drew.
Well, it didn't come up. I mean, I asked you. You didn't ask me.
You're such a pain in my ass. This guy. It didn't come up, he says.
It didn't come up. I mean, yeah. So I would say that in front of Drew, too. I would not. You're right. But I think in terms of just kind of story, I would say it's a better story for Bobby to have the title a little bit longer because he already has that monster energy. Not monster energy like the drink, but like the energy of a monster in terms of this undefeatable, just huge man, just insurmountable mountain that nobody can defeat. And I think he needs to keep that a little longer. I think Bobby Lashley is going to start getting that Brock Lesnar energy where he comes out and people go, oh crap, what's going to happen now? Someone's going to get killed.
Because you got to realize Brock Lesnar is one of the most hated characters in the company, right? The most hated individuals probably backstage. I mean, we've read stuff before, but Brock Lesnar gets you over. Nobody does it like Brock Lesnar. If you beat Brock Lesnar, you are on the map. Look at what it did. Had Finn Balor not gotten hurt during that match, he was the first Universal Champion, as I'm sure you remember, Dan, at SummerSlam. Finn Balor's career was headed for absolute stardom. Yep. It took a step back. He's still doing his thing on NXT, but when you look at the people who have beat Brock Lesnar, they're making merch for it. They're making merch. The Beast Slayer, Seth Rollins. They're making... I mean, it has a certain feel when you beat Brock Lesnar. Drew McIntyre throwing him on the Royal Rumble changed his career completely. I firmly believe if you're going to roll with one, whether you think Bobby Lashley should hold it or Drew, whatever the case, let Brock Lesnar go against them. And I think you're right in saying it should be probably Bobby. Because if Bobby Lashley beats Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, like we're assuming it might play out, that cements Bobby Lashley as a legitimate champion in the eyes of the fans. In my eyes, at least.
I think so. And in terms of this Sunday's Hell in a Cell, I hope that they have a definitive winner. You remember this. I think you were at Hell in a Cell here a few years ago in San Antonio. And let's see, who was fighting the main event there? I don't remember now. But I remember Brock Lesnar came out at the end.
Right. That was
disrupted the match.
Yep.
And then it was the first time that Hell in a Cell was just like called off, just like in terms of just like, what are we going to do? You know, and it was like, it went completely against what Hell in a Cell is supposed to be. Didn't really make much sense. So hopefully this year they don't do that. I mean, the San Antonio AT&T Center booed everybody out of the building. They booed the commentators out of the building after the show went off the air. They were so pissed off. They were chanting, this is bullshit. And hopefully that doesn't happen this Sunday. I want a definitive ending. Even if it's an ending I don't like, I want something really concrete where we go, okay, this was the person who was really supposed to win. And ideally in Hell in a Cell, the idea is that there is no outside interference, but then you never know. People come out of the cell, they get on top of the cell, they fall off the cell, they go through the cell. we'll see. I think it'll be a good match. Do you think it'll be bloody? Do you think this Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre match? Do you think anyone's gonna get any color, as they say?
I absolutely hope so. You know,
You're
me.
a sick
I'm
asshole.
a sick individual, and I love me. Maybe it's the UFC I've been watching for so long. I'm just super into it.
You love the blood.
I love the blood. Give me all the blood, but do it right. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen Drew bloodied. Maybe once, but I know Bobby's definitely added some color to matches in the past with the ECW days. I almost said
He used to add some color to Lana back in the day.
Listen. Hey now, come on. But however, I firmly believe they need to do something special for this match. Hell in a Cell already is special, but it needs a little factor. You know what I mean? It needs a little bit of that Lana factor, that little factor. So for me, adding some color might be there, but the thing is, what can you do that hasn't already been done, Dan? That's the question. Is you have to think back to not only the one we all love and know of Mick Foley as Mankind and The Undertaker, but also you look at just a few years back, the New Day and the Usos had an incredible Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Randy and Jeff had a great match here in San Antonio that was real sick and twisted. You look at the Shawn Michaels Hell in a Cell matches, the Triple H. I mean, it's just, what can you do different? I do not know. And I think you're starting to run into the fact of you're going to have to start recycling some of the similar stuff that you've seen. And I think with Drew and Bobby, they're not risk takers. At least as characters, you don't really see them take much risk, much high dives. But I could see them definitely breaking through the cell wall with a spear or with a Claymore kick or something. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to the top of the cell ever again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think, in my opinion, the greatest moment, the most spectacular Hell in a Cell moment of all time is, of course, Undertaker throwing Mankind off the top of the cell. That's never going to happen again. We're never, ever going to see that again unless, and here's the only unless part, the only but, this match on Sunday will not be in front of a crowd, right? It'll be in the Thunderdome. Yeah, it is. Actually, I know it's in the Thunderdome because I got a Thunderdome ticket for this Sunday. So since there's no crowd there, they could do some trickery.
The Alexa Bliss match, is that what you're thinking?
I'm just saying, like, someone could fall off the top of the cage and make it appear like they fell through the table from the top of the cage because of the camera.
The Chris Jericho-esque fall off.
Yeah, but better because no crowd's there, so it would actually look good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that might be a possibility. Now, some people may not like that. They may think that's cheating. That's not fair. That's camera tricks. That's not wrestling. It's like, hey, dude, it's at this point, because there's no crowd there, it's a TV show. Yes. So they're going to make a good TV show. So that's the only reason, that's the only way I could see them doing something spectacular like that, like coming off the top of the cage. I think they can definitely find an excuse to be on top of the cage and fight on top of the cage. But yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be falling through the cage or off the cage unless, like I said, they do some camera trickery, some shenanigans.
Some shenanigans, Dan Cialana says. I completely understand it, sir. I will say, though, the other one that surprises me is we're not going to see a women's Hell in a Cell match, I don't believe, right? There's no...
Yeah, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair and Bianca versus Bayley, they're not Hell in a Cell matches, which I think is unfortunate. I wish at Hell in a Cell all the matches would be inside the cell.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna do,
I don't know why they can't.
Don't name a pay-per-view that and then not give us what we want. Give me what I want in the name of Batista. But I mean, you see Bianca Belair and Bayley. Obviously, I have a huge streak going right now with pay-per-views, not WWE pay-per-views, but outside. But also, I have a huge streak of just absolutely complaining about Bayley. I am a fan of Bayley's ring work. I'm not the biggest fan of her mic work, but this match intrigues me enough to watch. Obviously, Bianca Belair, huge friend of the show, promoter of the show, lover of the show. I mean, you look at it. Is Bianca Belair?
It's a little much.
Is Bianca Belair even a champion without the show? That's the question, Dan. I mean, I feel like
I think she'd be doing okay, but I would just say real quick though, I'm taking a little timestamp here. I believe you said you don't like Bayley's mic work, so we're gonna isolate that.
Okay, that's
and if we ever get a chance to interview Bayley,
I knew you were gonna do this.
We can ask her.
That's why I was very careful with my words. I knew this was happening.
Anything you say is you are liable for later. It will be used against you in future interviews. And I'll sit there and laugh too.
No, 100%. Dancing around happily throws me under the bus in front of our guests. However, if we ever have Bailey on, I know I saw her play guitar once at an opener for Blink-182, which is crazy.
What?
Say. Yeah, she just came out and played guitar for
Just random as hell.
for a band. Yeah, it was nuts.
Did you know she was going to be there, or did she
No,
just
they were
walk
just
on
like,
stage?
and here's WWE superstar Bailey. She just came out shredding on guitar. So save that timestamp, asshole, instead of saying the other one. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this one. Bianca Belair is definitely one of our favorites. Also, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley is going to be incredible. We've seen it before, but I hope they do something different. I know Charlotte Flair recently got some heat online too because she mentioned she like admired and was very happy with Andrade's choice to move on from WWE. Would you ever?
Well, did she say it like that, or did she say I'm glad he moved on,
I don't
or did
know.
she say I'm happy
just
for his
saying.
opportunities?
Maybe I doubt
It's her
it was
boyfriend.
that.
What the
I
hell?
doubt it
Is she
was
supposed to be
that.
quiet?
I think.
Let me find this tweet now.
Yeah, go.
She
find
didn't say, "Hey, I'm glad my boyfriend got out of this damn company."
Yeah,
I don't think she
was
said
like,
that.
Screw this company, quote, and then it was, I hope to leave too, end quote.
Let me find this tweet.
Hearing.
Yeah, I hope I leave as well.
No, Charlotte Flair obviously is never going to leave. There's no way. She has too much on the line. But when we look at the rest of the matches, Dan, does Rey Mysterio Roman Reigns do anything for you? Because for me, it does absolutely jack shit. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, we know how it's going to end. We know that Rey Mysterio's not going to be a legit contender for the title. There's just no way leading into SummerSlam. Why do we continue to do this? Why? I feel like it's and I don't want to be rude because I think Rey Mysterio is one of the best wrestlers of our generation. But when you look at it, Dan, why do we continue to discount the intelligence of the audience? We know Rey Mysterio is not going to win this title, so why are we having this match?
Well, I think we're having this match. I think it goes back to what you were saying about The Rock. I think maybe, backstage, Vince McMahon and creative, they think someday we're going to get The Rock. But so we want Roman versus The Rock. That's our money match someday. But we need something to do with Roman until then.
A bunch of blow-off matches?
We need a bunch of blow-off matches. Maybe they're well, this would imply that they're thinking ahead, but maybe they're intentionally trying to frustrate the audience. Like, who's going to beat this guy? Who's finally going to defeat Roman Reigns? And this match on Sunday, I don't think there's any way that Rey Mysterio wins. I wish it had more stakes. We've been hearing that Rey Mysterio was kind of winding down, maybe wants to retire soon. This could have been a retirement match. It could have been like title versus retirement. But unless they do like a swerve, bro, and they give Rey the title, but I don't see them doing that. And that would be ridiculous. It would make Roman look really bad unless there was some kind of shenanigans, some kind of outside interference.
No, there's no way. There's no way. So that's
is it going to be a squash match? You think? Do you think Roman's just going to murder him?
I can't. It can't be. It's a Hell in a Cell match. Like, you're not going to give that match the Hell in the Cell over Bianca Belair and Bayley and over Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, even over Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler, and then make it a blow-off squash match. What's the point of watching the pay-per-view? Then at that point, you're just watching one Hell in a Cell match at a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell.
I'm trying to remember. Has Rey Mysterio been inside Hell in a Cell before? I don't remember.
That's a great question.
I feel bad, but either way, I don't know if he has before. I don't remember, but this will very likely be the last time he's inside Hell in a Cell. Maybe first and last, I don't know, but definitely the last, I think.
100%.
And maybe he just wants a chance to be able to just kind of just show what he's got inside Hell in a Cell before he retires.
Maybe, and maybe that's the right thing to do.
Or maybe the writers are just out of ideas.
I think that's what it is. I mean, when you're throwing Dominic, and it looks super cheesy, that little throw, but whenever you're still feuding with Dominic, we haven't even seen much of Dominic Mysterio. I mean, nobody's buying in. Nobody's buying in, Dan. Nobody's saying, I want more Mysterio in my life. I want more, Rey maybe, but he's not a legit challenger. Like, it's a waste of time. It's a piss match. That's what it is. 100%. It's a go to the restroom, come back, the result. You're not going to miss anything. Trust me. Like, it's Roman Reigns by a mile. Whereas Drew McIntyre, at least you and I both agree, and I'm sure fans do too, that can go any which way. Yeah.
But in terms of Roman versus Rey Mysterio, the only way I can think of this having any kind of consequence is maybe one of the what's his name? Uso. One of the Uso brothers turns on Roman, somehow interferes in Hell in a Cell somehow, and causes Roman to lose or almost lose. You know, maybe it's kind of some kind of plot device to move that storyline along. But like you said, it's kind of frustrating to watch a match and look forward to a match where you know there's no real stakes and you know like there's not going to be any continued feud after Sunday. Like it's just kind of like you said, it's a piss match, popcorn, piss, nachos, whatever you're into.
Yeah, I mean, you're dead in the water after this. There's no ideas following up to this. Clearly, our friends at Creative are out of ideas, and clearly they need some help, like Dan Cialana and Brandon.
We've been emailing them. I don't know why they don't.
I don't know. I mean, what else could I do?
Maybe it goes to spam. I gotta tell Vince to check his spam folder.
Calling the 1-800 number, I just can't get through. But it is what it is. WWE is going to continue putting the product they're putting in front of us. We're going to continue watching. We're going to continue bringing content. It is all good. However, AEW, on the other hand, did you see this, Dan, that MJF opened up a new cryptocurrency? Did you
Okay, I saw that today on a wrestling website. It was a wrestling website I have never visited before, so I thought it might. I'm like,
was it a pop-up on?
I was like, is this a satire? Well, you know, I got a lot of pop-ups coming on, but I was like, is this satire? Maybe he's trying to do the Brandon Medina thing. He wants to invest in that Dogecoin because you want to hang out with Cameron Grimes. You want to take that Dogecoin to the moon.
Yep.
I'm just afraid that you're going to get all that Dogecoin money. You're gonna cash out. You won't want to do the show anymore. So you won't want to hang out with the little people anymore.
If Dogecoin hits, I'm 100% not doing this show.
Oh, come on.
I'm gone. I'm going to start acting like prime Randy Orton. I'm going to come out to the show and just let a waterfall of gold hit me from behind.
You'll be in the front row of all the wrestling events. You'll be like that green shirt guy with a smiley face.
Yeah, what
except
do they
it'll be
do
you.
for work? What the
Except it'll be
hell
you.
is
Probably
that?
nothing.
What is that?
He's just like white. That's his job, being white and rich. That's a job for a lot of people.
Are those WWE plants? Like, is that real?
No, actually, and this is kind of a side note here. There's actually I gotta watch it.
Me stuck into this now.
Well, there's a documentary that WWE recently put out about that super fan. I can't remember his name, but he was there like at every WrestleMania
back
for
in the 80s and
decades,
90s, right? In 2000s.
And his name escapes me now. Bald dude with glasses, not me, but he's actually he's like. Forgot what his name is now. I could see his face, but he was there in the front. He always wore a tank top and like he had glasses on, and you're like, yeah, he's always in the front row. And the super fan.
How was he, Dan? Let me see that one more time.
Ah, that's what he was. Yeah, that was kind of offensive, huh? I might look at this WWE super fan. I know it
was it like
Vladimir?
Oh, see, I was so close. I knew it was something.
Here, let me see if I can do this here.
Vladimir Kozlov. Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah, Klaus. Yeah, that's what it was. No, what is his name? It's Vladimir something. Here, let me see if I can play this. Hold on.
Always there back in the day.
Let me try this. You'll recognize this guy. Let me see if I can do this here.
Does he still go, or is it like?
I haven't seen him lately. I think like it explains it in the documentary. I think he got sick. So let's see what we've got here. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear it, but I see it.
You'll see.
Maybe turn.
Where's the guy? That's the guy.
That's
him.
The guy. Yep, that dude.
Okay, Vladimir. Yeah, he was there, and actually, this is back in the day. I remember. I'm pretty sure WrestleMania X7 in Houston in 2001. I'm pretty sure that when we were leaving, the crowd was leaving. I'm pretty sure I was walking out behind him, but I was too shy to ask him if he was that guy.
Dan, there's no way in hell that you remember what happened after WrestleMania.
No, I'm telling you, it was him because he was carrying a chair. Because you could if you were in the front rows, you could have a chair. I'm telling you, it was Vladimir.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Dan.
I'm telling you, but I didn't. I was too shy to ask.
It was some other scrawny dude with glasses.
No, it was not. It was Vladimir. Well, I should have asked him. I didn't even ask.
We'll never know, Dan. We'll never know.
It would have been kind of awkward though if it wasn't him though. It'd been like, oh, because you look a lot like. Never mind. You're. No, it gets weird racially, So
yeah, on Dan's deathbed, it's gonna be like, I just really wanted.
I wonder if it was Vladimir.
Was it Vladimir? No, Dan, it wasn't. But
there's the green shirt guy, and there's the guy, the Brock Lesnar shirt guy, and then there's the guy with the super fan with he wears like a doctor's like a what do you call it, shirt? What's the damn thing called?
A gown?
Doctor's gown, but he's got like wrestling logos all over. I'm telling you, I don't know what it's called. the freaking what the doctor wears, the white thing the doctor wears.
Listen, Dan.
Anyway, we'll never be super fans because we'll never have enough money unless that Dogecoin
Yeah, that Dogecoin hits right every
to the moon.
Because a lot of those guys don't even seem excited anymore. Like they just go to the events.
You know,
okay.
I don't want to be a jerk here, and
We're going off script. We're going way off script.
But listen, if I had enough money to go to all these wrestling events, be in the front row, like I don't want to make a celebrity out of myself.
Dan,
I just want to enjoy.
You wouldn't want to be a celebrity, like even if you like had the opportunity. Like
I hate attention.
You're a closed guy.
I get more than 2 tweets. I'm like, I hate this. I just want to be left alone.
I'll tell you what, guys. You guys ever meet Dan Cialana outside of these boxes right here? It's a different Dan Cialana. Dan Cialana is a happy-go-lucky here. After that, he's just wants to fight everybody. He's a pissed off.
Nah, it is back. Okay, you know what I'm like? Okay, this is like, okay, do you remember back in the day at Chuck E. Cheese, like they have the animatronic, animals, and then like they do the show and they're all excited, but then when they're done, they go,
right.
And they fall. That's me. When this show's over,
like
there ain't nothing going on.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So enjoy me while you have me here.
Yeah, I'm the same throughout. If you guys see me out in public,
you're pretty consistent.
As long as you buy me some tequila, we're having a good time.
He likes people.
Yeah, I like people. Dan Cialana likes wrestling, just minus the people.
Just minus the people.
That's why Dan Cialana gets a kick out of going to the backstage. What is it called? The one you're gonna be there Sunday. The ticket you got. What is it? The
Thunderdome. I'll be in the Thunderdome.
Dan loves the Thunderdome. Dan's like, this is
I can be there and not be there.
This is all my jam. Yeah. Dan's a big fan of the Thunderdome, whereas I am looking forward to going to more in-person events. You've been to a couple in-person events though lately. How's it been? How's it been treating you to get back out and watch wrestling in person?
Yeah, it was last month. I went to Mission Pro Wrestling up in Buda, Texas. Mission Pro Thunder Rosa's event, and it was great. I saw a friend of the show, Alex Gracia. Got to talk to her. Got to meet Roxy for the first time as well. It was cool. Thunder Rosa got mad at me because I didn't say hi to her. That was a whole thing. I had to apologize. It was a whole thing. Other than that,
a figure 4 leg lock to make you apologize.
No, she flipped me off on a live stream. It's a whole thing. She was mad. So I had to go visit her in person and apologize. It was a weird. It's just kind of I had to make sure.
It's like your mom the way you're like, and then I got grounded and I
no,
lost my
it was
phone
just
privileges.
like I just didn't want heat, so I had to make it.
Dan Cialana really believes he's gonna get heat.
I got heat. I'll show you the video. Sometime. She got mad at me. I'm like, I wanted to leave her alone because I thought she was busy doing the event, and I didn't want to go bother her with everybody else. So she got all offended. I was like, all right, cool. But I apologize. It's good. It's good now. It's good.
Dan Cialana and Thunder Rosa's love runs deep. It's
everything's fine now.
Everything's fine now. They're best friends again.
Everything's fine. Well, I don't know.
But
hopefully we'll talk to her soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We always are welcome. She is absolutely always welcome. We love her. But
because actually, Mission Pro Wrestling, they're doing a show way up near College Station next month. But then the following month, they're actually becoming to San Antonio for the first time. Wow. So you'll be doing a special show. I'm not sure if it's tickets are on sale yet. I think it's gonna be August 20th. I think it's the same weekend as SummerSlam. It's gonna be at the Salvation Army. It's gonna be a fundraiser for Salvation Army, and it's actually gonna be an intergender Mission Pro Wrestling, because Mission Pro Wrestling typically is all women, but they're going to do an intergender. It'd be good times. So hopefully I will not have upset her again. I'm sweating right now. I'm actually uncomfortable talking about this.
Yeah, Dan Cialana.
I just, I'm
interrogating you instead of talking to you. I mean, it's interesting to see you like this, sir.
Here's the thing with Thunder Rosa, because sometimes I don't know if these interactions I've had with her are just in my imagination and you guys are just playing along. Because there is actually I forgot what it's called. There's actually a mental illness. I think it's called, this is gonna sound weird. I think it's called erotomania. Hold on.
Right now?
And it's a belief that you have a relationship. Well, it's a false belief that you have a relationship with a famous person that you don't. So I'm just saying, like, you guys are, I don't.
I can't even talk.
I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
Thunder Rosa, chop this man in the goddamn chest next time.
I gotta have her tweet me or something. Just like, have we met? Like, am I imagining things? I know, like, maybe with the pandemic and everything, all the trauma. Like, I think I've met these wrestlers that I haven't.
Dan does not have a grip on reality after 14 months in quarantine. It is just
okay, Brandon. Like, you'll have to, because you've never seen me in the same room with Thunder Rosa before. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So like next time if we see her in person, you need to
like
take a picture and like verify that
I'm gonna take a picture. It's just gonna be you staring at a.
I know it's like Dan. You're like showing me like Dan. Look, you have your arm around nobody. She's not there.
I just
You've
saw
never.
the Sixth Sense. This is exactly.
You don't know her. You've never met her.
Dan's like, I see famous people. That's Dan's go-to. Oh my god. This is just a wrestling six.
I need to find a damn picture. Okay, I need you to.
You held the belt, didn't you? Didn't you hold?
Yes, I held the NWA Women's Championship.
Was she there with you? Because if she wasn't, I don't believe it. I think
Yeah, she mailed it to the radio
had
station.
a replica NWA belt.
Now I'm actually getting like a little panicky because I need to actually figure
I'm
this.
offended.
I'm looking through my Twitter account to see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What is the possibility of
Wait a minute.
having this emotional breakdown and mental
Wait a minute.
lapse? You knew the whole
There we go.
official name of
Is that a real picture?
Dan. Nobody's with you there.
Shut up. Shut up. Don't do that to me. So I just went to the wrestling shop and took a picture with air.
Yeah, you just the rest of the shop. And they're like, nobody's here yet, Dan.
They're like, just let the guy take the damn picture.
Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Oh my God, what a time. I didn't see any face paint. That's just a woman.
Shut up.
That's at that point. No face paint. That's just somebody. I mean, I've run into her 100 times.
I just grabbed some Latina at the mall.
I was like, yo, you just went to Ingram and we're like, hey, take a picture with me. So when we talk about wrestling, though, before we get out of here,
Oh my God.
is supposed to be doing a huge show in New
AEW,
York
you said?
City. Yeah, AEW. Have you seen this?
New York City. Yeah. It's at this stadium there. It's supposed to have like a 23,000 person capacity. And I don't know if that includes like being on the field or whatever, but it's supposed to be like the biggest show AEW's ever done. I believe it's the first time they've been in New York. So it's kind of a test. And, you know, back in the day, back like in WCW days, if you didn't fill the stadium or the arena, you can give away free tickets in paper. And that's actually a trick that Monday Nitro used to do all the time. They would give a lot of free tickets. You go to 7-Eleven and then you get free tickets for Monday Nitro.
That's awesome.
And these days, it's a little harder to do that because people would find out. I assume every radio station, every TV station within 100 miles of New York will have free tickets for anybody who wants to go to paper that thing. You never know. Maybe people will just buy. I don't know. But that's going to be in September. So looking forward to that and see if they can pull it off. We'll see. And as far as I know, I think New York is kind of like opening up in terms of capacity and everything. I know a lot of late night talk shows and other shows in New York are kind of going back to having crowds. So I guess by September, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to it. I'm going to be at WrestleMania. That is no doubt. I will be there, especially if it's in Arlington. If it was in New Orleans, even more. I loved New Orleans. But I'm for sure going to be at WrestleMania. I want to start venturing out. I know you and I might be at that Cedar Park show for AEW. That might be happening as well. But for WWE shows, I mean, there's Money in the Bank is next month in Fort Worth. I don't know I'm making the trip up for that one just yet, but for sure by WrestleMania next year, my daughter will almost be a year old. Her literal first memory is watching Bianca Belair and Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. That was a day after she was born, so that's 100% going to be her first event most likely. But I want to make sure I'm there. I want to make sure I'm supporting our friend Thunder Rosa though too. So I'm gonna try to make it out to any Mission Pro Wrestling events. I want to go to another AEW event. That was the last event I went to ever, Dan. Actually, I went to the AEW event in Corpus before Christmas, and then after that,
Christmas 2019.
2019, and then 3 months later, pandemic hits, things get shut down, and that was the end of that. So that's the last event I ever went to. Period. So definitely want to go to AEW possibly, but I mean, of course, me and you both are safe individuals. We always tend to overthink things, I think.
Yeah.
Even though you and I are both vaccinated, we still practice social distancing, still practice with our masks. So we'll see. But I'm more keen to wanting to go out and explore more and do more now that things are starting to open back up. It's just be safe out there, people. Don't be crazy. Don't be idiots. If you're sick, stay home.
And so it could be July 14th, AEW coming to Cedar Park.
Right.
I almost said Cedar Rapids. Cedar Park, HEB Center up there.
Cedar Rapids.
And Cedar Rapids, yeah. No, Cedar Park, July 14th. And it's actually going to be night 1 of 2 of Fighter Fest If you remember Fighter
Yeah,
Fest. So
yeah.
not just Dynamite, but be Fighter Fest. Hopefully one or both of us will be up there July 14th. Maybe get some interviews up there, some AEW folks. Anyone not named MJF, I'll be happy to talk to.
I want to talk to MJF.
You can talk to MJF.
And I want to play all the clips of you being so scared
go
to
ahead.
not talk to MJF.
Go ahead.
MJF is going to demolish Dan Cialana.
Go ahead.
MJ,
Go ahead.
Dan Cialana hates people already. MJF, he's not going to go out ever again. And MJF is going to just kill us. So I'm excited. But
before we go, Brendan,
I'm going to show him I have my cryptocurrency ready to roll.
Your cryptocurrency. Before we go, this is relevant. Let me show you here. That's what we're talking about earlier here. So, okay, erotomania is when you think someone is in love with you, but they're not. It may be a person you've never met. They might even be famous, like a politician or actor or wrestler.
Who the hell is famous?
You can be sure of... you can...
Dude, what the hell?
You can be so... okay, I'm not going to read this.
You can be so sure. Oh,
okay.
Wait, what the hell?
Okay, I'll put it back. I'll put it back.
You're over here reading to the class, stumbling over words like third grade again. And then
okay. You can be so sure of this love that you think you're in a relationship with this person. You may or may not be able to accept facts that prove otherwise. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it this up.
Dan Cialana looks this up because he thought he was suffering from this. Just so I can hear. Dan, you are one of a kind, sir.
No, okay. You know, I mean, it's just...
erotomania.
I don't want to be weird. I mean, I guess the more I talk about it, the more weird it gets.
Yeah, 100%. This took a dark twist that I was not expecting, but a wonderful night.
I'm gonna get the side eye from. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm gonna.
Dan's all over the place. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, thank you
Thunder
guys.
Rosa's husband gonna block me on everything.
He's not gonna just block you. He's gonna sock the shit out of you. Thank you for joining us here on Down for the Count. We love you guys. Continue to follow the show on social media. You can find me at Big Poppy Brandon M. You can find the one and only, the dangerous one, the erotomaniac. If you know.
Oh, that's my new wrestler name. Great.
Dan Cialana is at Dan for the Count. And go follow the show, please, at DFTC Podcast, as well as at ESPN_SA. We appreciate it. And that is the bottom line, because Down for the Count
said so.